me for this preview and prediction for the upcoming round of 16 clash at the Miami Open between Karolina Muchova, the 13th seed, and Alexandra Eala, the 31st seed. Of course, it's top player in Mukova from Czechia and the number one Filipina of all time in tennis, Alex Eala. I mean, this is obviously a very intriguing matchup. Alex is coming in, obviously, having made that semi-final in Miami last year. She's already done very well to get this far, making the round of 16 and having made so many points to the point where, you know, even if she was to lose this match, you know, she wouldn't drop too much in the rankings. She'd still be in the top 50 and, you know, far into it. So, you know, maybe some people would have doubted her, whether she'd be able to climb the rankings and sort of, you know, make it up so that she wouldn't have to rely on those Miami points from last year. But she's here, and no doubt she comes in playing well this year and without much pressure in that respect. I mean, she's obviously had a lot of support, and that's going to continue here. But there's no doubt that this is going to be a tough match. Karolina Muchova from Czechia, former world number 8, and, you know, having a great year, winning her, amazingly, only her second WTA title this year, but it was a WTA 1000 event in Qatar. And yeah, no doubt that she's actually in a great run of form that is, you know, probably the best that she's had since making the top 10 back in 2023. So let's have a look at that, because obviously I've mentioned she's having a great year. We can have a look at the results for her this year. She is the world number 14 currently. And yeah, you can see she started off well in Brisbane, coming through Tomljanovic, Alexandrova, and then also beating Elena Rybakina. Of course, went on to win the Australian Open this year. And it has been in great form, obviously winning the WTA finals last year. But Karolina Muchova came through and beat her, and then only lost out in the semi-finals to the world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka. She went, of course, on to the Australian Open, winning 3 matches there against Christian Parks and Magda Linette, who Alex Eala has just beaten. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then losing out to Coco Gauff in 3 sets in the round of 16. Goes on to Qatar and wins the title in February. And that was a great run, obviously coming through good players in Christian, Valentova and Pliskova, her compatriots, and then in the quarterfinals against Kalinskaya, coming back from behind to beat Maria Sakkari in the semifinals, and coming through the rising star, the Canadian Victoria Mboko. Great for her to get that, you know, title. You know, as I say, that was only her second title, but, you know, and, you know, with the quality that she has, you know, she probably should have more than she has won in her career. But yeah, obviously having a great year, won so many matches, and then goes into Indian Wells and, you know, goes through very much in straightforward fashion against Bondar and Antonia Ruzic before losing out 2-0 against Świątek. Of course, yeah, Iga still a great player in spite of, you know, maybe having a dip in form this year. But yeah, I mean, you can say Mukova's having a great year. She's only lost to, you know, Świątek, Coco, Sabalenka. These are all multiple major champions. You know, that is not, you know, anything to be worried about from her point of view. And yeah, as I say, and obviously she's come into this tournament and she's won 2 matches in Miami, coming back from behind against Camila Osorio. Osorio, of course, this year's Philippine Women's Opens champion, the 125 event, but, you know, also in good form, having a great year. She put up a tough fight against Mukova, but Mukova was able to handle it and come back. Difficult final set there as well. I mean, it was, obviously you can see the 4-6, 6-2, 7-5. That final set, a lot of breaks exchanged. You know, Osorio's just a tough fighter, and especially when she's in the form that she's in. But Mukova was able to come through strong, and, you know, similarly, you know, that maybe is going to prepare Mukova well for this match against Alex Eala, because Osorio was bringing so much Colombian support, a lot of Colombian fans there in Miami. A lot of residents there from Latin America, and it was a good performance from Mukova to come through like that, and then obviously getting straight sets victory against Katie Bolters, have been having a pretty good year, and to set up this clash against Eala. But of course, Eala, she's also come through, 2 matches herself in pretty good style. I mean, the tough draw she had against Laura Siegmund in the second round, really, round of 64, because Eala got a bye. Yeah, there was a lot of people thinking this could be a banana skin. I kind of expected her to get it done, because I think Eala, the form and her quality, she's grown to a level of consistency. I think even against a player like Siegmund, who obviously did give her trouble, she was able to get it done in the end. I think Eala, probably was regretting losing that first set. She had so many break points, and then Laura was actually able to take it to a tiebreak and sneak it in the end. But eventually Eala coming through strong, win those last 2 sets, 6-3, 6-3, and it was a good gritty performance. It was a long match, 3 hours and 20 minutes, but Eala would have been pleased then to come through in straight sets against Magda Linette. Again, another good player who just knocked out Iga, surprisingly, from a set down. And then coming into this, Magda is a player that she'd already beaten earlier this year, but Magda, former top 20, and also she had beaten Eala twice before that, when they'd played before. I think last year on grass in Nottingham, Linette had beaten Eala. So 6-3, 7-6 is the victory for Eala in the end. I mean, Eala was up a break in that second set, and then Linette came back and it went to a tiebreak, but Eala played really well in the tiebreak. And yeah, in the end, it was a very dominant performance. And you have to say, I think it was like 20 winners to 20 unforced errors, which is obviously a very good ratio for the Filipina. I mean, yeah, she's not, hitting winners as well, a load of serves. So, no aces, or just one ace rather. But obviously a very good performance for the Filipina. And as I say, it's going to be a tough ask. We already know about, this is, as I say, it's the first meeting between Eala and Mukova. There they are on your screen now. But I mean, as we know, Eala has a record against players from Czechia, which is not good. I think she's played 11 and lost 11 at pro level. So obviously that is not something that bodes well for Eala coming into this, and especially against a player in Mukova who's having a great year. As I say, she's got the 2 singles titles there. Mukova, you can see Eala hasn't won a tour level title yet. I mean, she's won the largest, I think, was a WTA 125 in Guadalajara. But as I say, Alex has been playing very well this year. Obviously, when it comes to the serving, you expect Mukova to be much better. I mean, you can see this is just some of the stats this year. I don't know if this would include this current tournament, but 42 aces this year for Mukova compared to 12 for Eala, and not so many double faults for the Czech player. In terms of overall service points won, you're going to see a lot more in terms of the statistics this year from Karolina Muchova. She'll be among some of the highest on the tour. On the other hand, of course, we know that Eala is fantastic on return, especially second serve return. And that'll probably where, Eala will want to try and make an impact. Her serving has been better this year, and Mukova is not going to be a player that's going to be making a lot of returns. But I think that it's going to be important for Eala to keep up the pressure as much as she possibly can. It's not going to be easy because a player like Mukova, she serves so well generally, and she wins most of her service games or service points, and I don't think she hits a lot of double faults either. So it's going to be maybe difficult for Eala to sort of make inroads. But if she does get breakpoint opportunities, she probably has to try and take them, because she's maybe not going to get too many quick surfaces in Miami. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for her just to make returns compared to some of, say, the other tournaments. But that's a kind of surface that will benefit Alex, because she likes that, because she will get the pace. But let's talk about the game styles. We know that Alex likes to be aggressive, hug the baseline, and try and work her way into the rallies. She doesn't mind drawing out the rallies, counter punching and try and being aggressive and make her own winners, and work her way into the points that way. She's got great determination. She moves well in terms of she has a lot of energy on the court. And she'll put in a big effort. We saw so many points where she's really really working hard and running fast to make a lot of balls, and maybe she surprises you with how she's able to make a lot of these points. But that's it's not just speed around the court. It's actually her anticipation, and yeah, we can talk a bit more about that in a minute. I mean, on the other hand, though, you've got Karolina Muchova. I say she's only got 2 titles, but as you can see, I'm just going to show you here, she's been unlucky, lost a few finals. Obviously, she's come up against some great players and lost out, like Coco and Swiatek. So, I mean, she's had injury issues as well. No doubt. I mean, a former, as you can see, French Open finalist. She's got great pedigree. And she's also one of the most versatile players on the tour. She's an all-court player. As I mentioned, great serve, but, she's very good in the forecourt, at the net, and she will try and do that if possible. I think for Alex, she's going to try, and it's going to be difficult because Mukova, as I say, she's got a very aggressive game, and that might make it difficult for Eala to be able to sort of get into the points and then maybe sort of take on Mukova on her own terms and try and draw out those rallies, and maybe Alex is going to try and counter punch and try and work away in that way. But as I say, it's not going to be easy against a player of not only Mukova's quality, but the form that she's in at the moment. I was thinking about whether, the Filipino crowd, obviously there's going to be big support. There was great support for her, for Alex in that match against Lynette. I thought maybe, is that maybe going to affect Mukova? But as I say, she's already come through a tough match against Camila Osorio and against a very much a crowd that was very much on the side of Osorio, and she handled that pretty well. So I don't think she's going to be too flustered by the crowd. She doesn't strike me generally as that kind of player anyway. And I think it's just going to come down to how well they play on the day. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious, but I think Alex has got to be on it to be able to be able to win this match. She's got to be at her best. And as I say, if she's able to, when she gets chances on the second serve of Mukova, is try and make as much opportunity, if not to hit winners, but try and get into the rallies and sort of and maybe draw out and impose her game, as I say, on Mukova. Although it's not going to be easy, but as I say, there's chances for Eala. And I think one of the underrated components of Eala's game is, because she doesn't have the biggest shots. She doesn't have the biggest ground strokes, although her forehand and backhand are pretty, good shots. She obviously doesn't have the biggest serve. She's got a great return, we know that. But her reading of the game, her anticipation and tactical, her shot selection is very good. And I think it's underrated, maybe perhaps for Eala, although I think it's increasingly being recognised as she's in the spotlight. But that's something that's maybe underrated in terms of what could maybe impact this. I know that Mukova is a very good player as well, and also has good tennis IQ. No doubt. I mean, she's one of the most skillful players on the tour in terms of the versatility of what she brings to the game. But Alex, as well, as I say, she's not going to be under pressure. So if an Alex comes in, playing her best tennis, she absolutely could get an upset here. And as I say, this is her where she's done well last year. And one thing I will say as well, Mukova has not actually been past, last year she hadn't been past the third round. This year she's in the round of 16 for the first time. So she hasn't actually been past the round of 16, Mukova, before. Alex has done it before. And maybe she can carry those good memories into this match, and maybe that's going to be able to something she'll use to get over the line. But as I say, it's not going to be easy. Having said that, how do I think it's going to go? If I'm going to make a prediction, I actually think that, against most players at the moment, I would fancy Alex's chances and even other top 10 players. But at the moment, with the way Mukova's been playing, her form this season, and just how solid she has been, I think that Alex is not going to be able to get it done. And I think Mukova is going to get the win in 3 sets, perhaps in 2. I think regardless of whether it's in 2 or 3 sets, it's good. I think Alex is going to make it competitive, but it's not going to be easy. And if Alex is going to win, it's probably going to have to be in 3 sets. I think if it does go to 3, that does favor Alex, because in that sense, she's probably being able to draw out the rallies a bit more, and maybe that's going to give her a bit more of a chance to test Mukova. But she is also a fit and a strong player herself, so an athletic player. But in the end, I think I have to go with their form and their level this year, and I think that's in favor of Mukova. And as I say, there's not many other players that I would feel like that against Alex at the moment, other than the top 5, but like the top guys, the top players like Rybakina, etc., Sabalenka. But there's, at this moment, just with the form of Mukova, I think that Alex is going to lose out possibly in 3 sets. Thank you for watching this preview and prediction. I'm looking forward to the match. I'm sure many of you from the Philippines were hoping that Alex would be able to get the win. Obviously, in Tennis Asia, we like to cover the Asian players. So if she's able to stay longer in the tournament, that would be great. But I have to call it as I see it, and I think that Mukova is just a little bit too strong at the moment. And of course, there is that a little bit, people calling it a curse hanging over Alex's head in terms of obviously her record against Czech players. I don't think that makes much of a difference. There's not really a curse. I mean, there's just a lot of good Czech players. Country of only 10 million people. It's amazing how many players they produced both on the women's and the men's side. But nonetheless, looking forward to it. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and I'll hopefully see you soon.
you change it?
No.
Can't change it, right? So it does you no good to dwell on it. Sometimes we dwell on maybe bad points, but sometimes we dwell on good points, right? How many times have you guys seen players go, they hit a great shot, they're like, give me applause, give me applause, give me applause. They're still thinking about the great shot that they hit, and then before they know it, before they come back, they realize, oh shoot, I just lost the last 3 points, I didn't even realize it, right? So you cannot change what's happened already in the past. So when you play one point, whether it's good, whether it's bad, just know, hey, come back, play again, whatever point is in front of you, you make sure you give 100% focus. Can you change it?
No.
Can't change it, right? So it does you no good to dwell on it. Sometimes we dwell on maybe bad points, but sometimes we dwell on good points, right? How many times have you guys seen players go, they hit a great shot, they're like, give me applause, give me applause, give me applause. They're still thinking about the great shot that they hit, and then before they know it, before they come back, they realize, oh shoot, I just lost the last 3 points, I didn't even realize it, right? So you cannot change what's happened already in the past. So when you play one point, whether it's good, whether it's bad, just know, hey, come back, play again, whatever point is in front of you, you make sure you give 100% focus.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Nishikori!
Hello and welcome to Tennis Asia TV. You've joined me for this round 4 clash at the Miami Open between Karolina Muchova, who is the world number 14, and Alex Eala of the Philippines. She is the world number 29 as things stand. A lot on the line, of course, for both players. Alex, we know, made the semifinals last year in that tremendous run that really put her on the tennis map and made her such a star in the Philippines. And that, momentum has kept going. She's had a great year, this year as well. A lot of good performances. She's beaten good players. And, she's now in the 4th round and, made up a lot of taking some of the pressure off because obviously big points from that run in Miami last year, 390 points. Even if she loses this match, she's still going to be inside, well inside the top 50. So Karolina Muchova, though, of course, is the world number 14, as I say, 13th seed here. She is a top player. She won a WTA 1000 event this year in Doha, Qatar. Very, very good match, beating the rising star Victoria Mboko in the final. This is definitely going to be a tough ask. I mean, it's Mukova as well. Particularly, she's an aggressive player, great serve, great forehand. Decent backhand, although she does slice it quite a lot. But she's a solid player. Serves very well. And obviously, Alex, one of her main strengths is really her return, which allows her to cause so much trouble for players. But on this quick surface and the way that Mukova plays, it's going to be very difficult for Alex to play against a player like this. And I mean, as I say, Mukova, great experience at the top level, beating top players. She beat Elena Rybakina this year. And the only players that she's lost to have been other players in the top 5, as in Coco Gauff, Iga Swiatek, Arina Sabalenka. Everyone else she's beaten. So, for Alex to win today, she's got to do something that only other players in the top 5 have done. But as you say, it's just one match, and of course, as Alex has learned a lot, she's got much better in her game in terms of what she can bring to the court. And she won't feel too much pressure. She's going to have great support there, and it's all about, if Alex can absolutely play at her best, then yeah, sure, she could actually get a result here. I don't think it's going to be easy. I probably favor Mukova to get this done in 3 sets. And I do think, yeah, it's going to be competitive because both players are in good form. Alex, as I say, she is learning all the time. She's improved a lot. As I say, her tennis instincts on the court, her movement, but her reading of the game, her shot selection has got really good. Her tennis IQ is good. She's smart, and I think also she's obviously getting coached well by her coach, Johan Bosch from the Rafa Nadal Academy, and I think that she'll be trying to obviously implement a game plan. And I think just, as she's got the experience of playing against these top players. I mean, she did have that match against Noskova, which was very one-sided. Alex only got 2 games in that. And of course, Karolina Muchova is a step up, but, not dissimilar in their game styles. So, perhaps that's going to have prepared Alex to do better this time. Because, of course, she did actually lose in heavy fashion to Coco Gauff and then got the victory over her, albeit with Coco having been injured. But nonetheless, she has to take that. I'm sure she would have learned something from that. It's not a massive... I can see the grandstand. This is the first match on the grandstand. It's 11 a.m. or just after 11 a.m. in Miami there. So it's pretty early. Probably a lot of people just still coming into the grounds. Waiting to get, they get their drinks, their refreshments, something to eat maybe, whatever, or they're just arriving now. And it's Alex Eala who will serve, by the way. Alex Eala is to serve in this match. So it's Alex Eala who's elected to serve. I think she won that coin toss, and she is about to serve right now. So everyone, the match is about to start. Alex Eala to serve. That was a good return there. The first serve did land in, but it was a good return there by Mukova, which rushes Alex, and she hits the ball into the net. So it's love 15. First point of the match goes to Karolina Muchova, the Czech player. Now, of course, Alex is a 0 out of 11 matches against Czech players, but she gets a point there, and that's a good start. So serve out wide from the ad side. The ball comes back, and she goes back in behind Mukova with a good forehand winner. It's 15 all. Scoreboard on the screen there is a bit behind. It is now 15 all. See if I can get that a bit bigger for you. Okay, there we go. So 15 all here, and obviously, as I explained, it's early in the morning there, but it's, middle of the day. Let's say it's getting towards noon. It's sunny, quick conditions it will be. So that's obviously something that both players like. Obviously, Mukova with an aggressive game style, she likes to use, the serve and the forehand to dictate and to finish the points quickly or come into the net. And obviously, quick conditions will definitely help in that respect for her. But then again, also for Alex, who likes to take the ball early, as I say, hug the baseline. And, that just comes much more naturally to her, a low bouncing surface. And that was a double fault there. So it's now 30 all. 30 all. Please don't be afraid to leave a comment if you have any questions. Feel free to ask or put a comment. Just let us know where you're watching from. Mukova now, Eala now to serve, but it's going to be a second serve now at 30 all. The scoreboard there is slightly behind. It's now 30 all. Alex Eala now serving. It lands in. It's returned well, but we're in a bit of an exchange here. But it's the forehand from Mukova back in behind Eala. A winner there on the forehand side from Mukova. And now that brings up the first break point of the match. It's 30-40. 30-40. First break point here, but Alex Eala going to try and save this break point. First serve comes in. Good first serve. It lands in. Oh, but then the serve comes back, and then Alex goes for the slice, but her forehand slice goes long. So that means that it's already a break of serve, and the Czech player gets ahead. It's 1 game to love. Got someone commenting from the Philippines. Where in the Philippines are you from, Frank? Frank Jeff Olores. Yes, I'm broadcasting here from Seoul in South Korea. I'm an hour ahead of the Philippines. But it's early in this match, and already Alex Eala has lost serve. The scoreboard is not updated yet there. It's slightly behind. I don't know why that is. Yeah, now we can see it there. But yes, the Czech and Filipino flags are quite similar there. Just a bit of an arrangement difference there, though, in terms of the placement of the colors. Someone watching in from the Philippines. Well, that was a good serve, and then returned by Eala, and then nice forehand winner up the line by Karolina Muchova. Very comfortable, like she has been much of this year, Mukova. It's going to be difficult, as I say, for Eala to get a foothold in this match when Karolina is serving so well. And obviously, Alex is going to be vulnerable on serve herself. That first serve, though, was quite far out from Mukova. So now a second serve here. And, of course, Alex is going to look to be aggressive, Alex Eala. Good aggressive return from Alex. She's getting into the rally here. And she has an opportunity in the forehand. Aggressive cross-court, but it comes back from Mukova, and then the backhand into the net from Eala. It's love 30. Sorry, I should say 30 love. It's 30 love on the Mukova serve. And Mukova wearing the all-white Adidas kit there. And she goes to serve. It's now 30 love. Serve down the middle, comes back. She's aggressive with the forehand. Oh, but the backhand from Eala into the net. And it is 40 love to Karolina Muchova. And that was a serve and a return going long from Alex Eala. And that means it's 2 games to love. The Czech taking the lead with a break and a hold of serve. Now, we know that record of Alex against Czech players is, she's played 11 at professional level and lost 11 against Czech players. And, it's going to be tough ask for Alex to get it done against Mukova. Oh, that was a nice start there, though, from Alex on her service game. Serve in was returned and a nice inside-out forehand cross-court winner by Alex Eala. Right on the line, 15 love. And that point there was won by Mukova. It's 15-all. What are your thoughts on how this match is going to go? Obviously, it's a big match here for Alex, and I'm sure a lot of people watching on to the Philippines. But as I say, Mukova has won a 1,000 event this year. She's a top player. She's had her issues with injuries. She's only won 2 WTA titles. Should have won her a lot more. Former French Open finalist. But that was a nice rally there. And then it was Mukova's taken the opportunity to go with the forehand winner inside out from the middle of the court. And that's a nice winner. Just looking very comfortable at the moment, the Czech player. And that's 15-30. Alex Eala trying to go big down the tee there with her serve, but it's out. And it will be a second serve. She's under a bit of pressure here again on her serve now, 15-30. What's she going to do here? Is she going to go out wide? And she goes down the middle, but it's returned pretty well by Mukova. Oh, with the backhand. And she left the ball, the loopy ball from Alex Eala, floated, and it landed inside the baseline. So that's a winner for Alex Eala. Mukova making the mistake of leaving the ball. She probably thought it was going long, but that was poorly judged. And it was, clearly inside the line there, that ball from Alex. So it's 30-all and a bit of luck there, perhaps, for Eala. Serve comes in, that first serve, but it's a let as it clips the tape and lands in. So another first serve chance now for Eala. First serve, into the net there from Alex Eala. And yeah, it's the 20-year-old about to take a second serve here. Nice and sunny there in Miami. Second serve lands in. That was a pretty good second serve. She has the opportunity to go outside with the backhand. She goes back inside with the forehand. Oh, but the forehand just drifts long. And that's an error there from Alex. And it's 30-40 and another breakpoint opportunity for the Czech number 13 seed. And Alex could really do with a strong first serve here. Oh, good one down the tee. It comes. But can she finish it off? No. Short return. She comes forward towards the net. but she tries to hit the backhand up the line, but it goes wide. And that is another break of serve for Karolina Muchova. She takes the 3-love lead, and this is not the start that Filipino tennis fans wanted to see. Double break for the Czech player, and it's not looking good at the moment. Quiet as well at the moment. Not really being, obviously there's still quite a few of the the Filipino fans there, but they've not had much to cheer about yet. Let's see if perhaps Alex can make some inroads and give them something to cheer about, and maybe can start to turn the tide and change the momentum in this match. But so far it's been pretty easy so far, to be honest, for Mukova. What's your prediction here? Have you made a prediction? Obviously, I put that in the chat, make your prediction. It was Alex Eala in 3, Mukova in 3, Alex in 2. What have you been thinking? Yeah, at the moment it doesn't look great, of course, but you never know. Alex is a great fighter, and she's going to try her best to try and get back in this. And of course, one of the best returners in the game, but she's also up against one of the best players in terms of service, overall service game. So now Mukova's back out to serve at 3-love. Yeah, she's got the double break, the Czech player, but she comes in with the first serve. That's way long. She was going down the tee there, but pretty far along that serve. So second serve chance, and perhaps Alex can. Oh, and it is a double fault. Obviously, Alex was being aggressive with the return position. Mukova deciding to go out wide with that serve, but it is wide, and it's a double fault. And as I said before, she doesn't hit a lot of double faults, but perhaps, Alex is one of the players who can, create that doubt in the opponent's mind because of how aggressive she is with the second serve return. But that was a good serve there from Mukova. The return into the net by Eala. It's 15-all. Yeah, and of course it's, there's maybe not that much you can do if Mukova is going to serve well and follow up by rushing Alex Eala. Oh, this is great play, though. I mean, Eala got into the point there this time, which she has struggled a bit to do. But, she was going with the cross-court pass there. But it was great pickup by Mukova. And then she's at the net to finish with a beautiful volley, the backhand volley. And, she has those skills. She's got a great, racket skills in terms of, pickup. She can, beautiful, drop shot volleys there, and then a beautiful volley to finish off. So, she's a skillful, versatile player, and that's what makes her so difficult to play against. Even if you get in her in an awkward position, she's got the skills to deliver. Good serve there, and it's a good return there from Alex, but then she does get into the rally, but then it ends in a backhand error into the net. And so she's obviously, you can feel that she's being pressured, Alex, into sort of getting into those rallies and then trying to be aggressive, but she's maybe being a bit too rushing herself a little bit, if anything. But it's understandable now. Chance here for Mukova to serve down the middle, but it's returned well by Alex. But it's just such clean hitting at the moment from Mukova, and it's a lovely forehand winner up the line. And it's 4-love to Mukova, and it's difficult now to see if Alex can get back into this set at the moment. But she takes a 4-love lead, the 13th seed Karolina Muchova, and this is going to be tough now for the Filipina. How is she going to get back into this? So Eala to serve. Serve it wide. Nice chip return back, though, from Mukova. Nicely executed. And Eala comes forward, a little bit of a short ball. And with that backhand up the line, and it goes long. And Alex just looks uncomfortable at the moment. Mukova is just not giving her the rhythm that she needs. And the last 15 points is on the statistics there is on the screen. The last 15 points, Mukova's won 12 of them. So that tells you about the domination in this period in the match. So Eala to serve now, though, at love 15. Serve out wide, chipped back by Mukova. And we are in a bit of a rally here, but Alex is... Oh, there's the backhand slice there. Now we are in a bit of an extended baseline exchange. This is maybe more where Alex can make an impact. She's got to be careful because quality of Mukova is there. And she's eventually able to finish off at the net with a volley. Yeah, which is Mukova was just able to open up the court. Just gradually pushing her with the angles and then able to finish off at the net, Mukova. And yeah, really tough for Alex. It's now love 30. And, you know, Alex, if she loses this game, she's be in danger of getting bageled. First serve now from Eala. Down the middle. It is returned though. Oh, but the forehand goes into the net. And that is really disappointing. Alex looks quite, you know, the head is down a bit. I mean, you don't normally see her like that. I mean, I do wonder as well if she's got a little bit of an injury. She's obviously got that bit of a strapping on the upper left leg. She's got that white strapping there. I mean, we do see that her wearing those kind of things from time to time. That was a good first serve, but it is returned by Mukova. Lob there from Alex, but then Mukova is there to hit that volley. Sorry, the smash volley in style. And that's a great winner. And unfortunately for the Filipina, it's a 5-love lead taken by Karolina Muchova. And she's one game away from taking this first set and the bagel. Yes. Mukova sits down to munch on her banana. And I mean, it's been easy. It's been gone so quickly. 5-love lead. And this is obviously disappointing. It's difficult to see how Alex can get into the match here with, you know, Mukova playing so calmly. I thought that Alex would be able to keep this a bit more competitive. But hey, she's got to try and reset. If it does go into this second set, she might be able to do that. But she's got to try and, I guess, hit some good first serves and then maybe try and, if she does start off serving in the second set, I mean, we'll see if Mukova can close out this first set. But if she does start off serving in the first set, you know, if she can get a game on the board first and then get ahead, you know, you create a little bit of scoreboard pressure, maybe she can, you know, tennis, you know, momentum's, you know, it can swing quite easily. So, but they're in their break at the moment. 5-love to Mukova, and let's see if Alex can sort of bring the crowd into it, because they need something to cheer about. You can hear them, a few of them in the crowd, you know, shouting, "Come on, Alex, let's go." Mukova just takes to the court now to serve, though, in quiet confidence. That's very much her style. So 5-love. Now Karolina Muchova to serve. It's going to be a second serve as that first serve goes into the net. First serve now from, second serve from Mukova, but that's a good serve out wide. And yeah, she uses that serve out wide. It gives her time to hit the forehand back in behind Eala, and that's a good winner. And it's 15-love to Karolina Muchova. And it's not being competitive, let's be honest. This is very much disappointing from a Filipino perspective. Oh, that first serve just going long from Mukova, so a second serve now. Let's see if Alex is able to jump on top of this one. I mean, she really needs to be able to do that. Yeah, she does get on top of it. Good return there from the Filipina. The good backhand up the line. And it draws the error from Mukova. It's 15-all. But yeah, it's like, obviously, it's a huge part of Alex's game, isn't it? The return. She's one of the best in the game, especially in the second serve. But it's, you know, when you're playing a good server, so consistent and calm as well, I think, Mukova, it's difficult for Alex to get a foothold. But a second serve chance again now, though. Let's see if she's able to make an impact, Alex. Oh, there's a bug. There's a fly or something flying around Mukova. Maybe the fly is an Eala fan. But okay, so now she's going to take the second serve, Mukova. And it is returned well by Alex. But Mukova gets it back, and she's going to have time to finish off with a forehand, and that is a good forehand winner in the end from Mukova. And Mukova's trying hard to remove whatever that bug is, that fly. She didn't like that, but it seems to have gone now. And it's 30-15, just 2 points away from taking the first set, the Czech player. This fourth round clash, the winner goes through to the quarterfinals. Yes, the serve was too good. Yeah, Alex Eala couldn't do much with the return, and Mukova just steps in for the short ball, finishes with that backhand cross court, a good winner, and it's 40-15 for Mukova. 40-15 for Karolina Muchova. She has the set point, and it's about to be a bagel. This is disappointing. Good serve up the middle, and the return goes long, and that means Alex Eala has just lost that first set. A 6-love to Karolina Muchova. Well, that's that set gone in 22 minutes. Now Alex has just got to try and forget about that and move on to the second set and see if she can actually get ahead. Obviously, she's going to start off serving as she did in the first set. This is not exactly what the crowd wanted to see. I mean, Alex Eala there, only 18% of her first serves won. That is quite an unusual statistics, and it's 100% of first serves won by Karolina Muchova. So that's how hard it has been for Alex to impose her game. 10 winners for the Mukova to just 1 unforced error versus 3 winners and 6 unforced errors for Alex Eala. I mean, it's not, but 8 forced errors for Alexandra Eala. I mean, that's just maybe how difficult it's been for Mukova. It's been more about, I think, how well Mukova's played. I mean, I can't say that Alex has been really bad or anything, but it's yeah. I mean, I think Alex definitely could have done better. I think in some of we did see a few errors in terms of in some of those rallies, but I think Alex has got to, obviously just reset mentally here. She moves into the second set. She's going to start off serving. Let's see if she can hold serve, because once you get that first game on the board, she's going to be ahead. Who knows what happens? Maybe she can create some pressure, as I say, on that Mukova serve, and just try and find a way into the match. I mean, Mukova looking calm, though, you have to say. Let's be under no illusions, though. Karolina Muchova is a top quality player. She has had several long periods out through injury. Her career high is number 8 in the world. If she didn't have those injuries, she'd probably be, it would be higher. She'd probably be a top 5 player. She, she's obviously been a runner-up at the French Open. She lost out to Coco Gauff. And, she's gone far in majors several times. And she's just won a WTA 1000 event this year. She's only lost to players ranked within the top 4 this year. And as I say, she's beaten the only player that's won a major this year, which was Rybakina, who won at the Australian Open. She beat her before that in Brisbane. So yeah, I mean, this is a great player. Mukova. Second serve now for Alex Eala, though. She starts to serve. Back in behind with the forehand. Does that give her a bit more time? Oh, it's a attempted lob there by Mukova, but it wasn't that well executed. Alex Eala was there to smash home the winner, and it's 15-love. First point of the second set goes to Alex. It was a bit of an awkward one. Yeah, I think with Mukova, she's just making it difficult for Alex in terms of, I just think it's stylistically, it's not able to work in the rhythm that she would like to, and Alex just looks a bit uncomfortable, but maybe she's starting to get used to it. Serve now from Alex Eala, second serve. And now she's in a bit of a rally here. Oh, that was Mukova going for the slice up the line, and that seemed a bit of a strange, or a bit loose, that one. A bit sloppy. Mukova does tend to slice quite a bit on the backhand side, but there really wasn't a need to do it there. I mean, that just seemed a bit too loose, that. And 30-love anyway for the Filipina, 30-love. But it's going to be another second serve here. That serve just drifting long. Second serve here for the Filipina. That one lands in, and a good backhand return there, though, from Mukova, and the forehand into the net by Alex Eala. So that means it is 30-15. But let's see if Alex, obviously, if she can get this game on the board, then things can, start to tilt in her favor. Let's see what happens. 30-15, Alex Eala to serve. Oh, just going long again. She was trying to go fairly big, but yeah, now it's going to be a second serve at 30-15. Oh dear. Second serve into the net. That's a double fault from Alex Eala. That's really not what she should be doing right now. Of course, she doesn't intend to do that, but I mean, it's coming at a time when you really want her to try and get a game on the board. Obviously, that was just the second double fault of the match from Eala. First serve lands in, but it's a decent return there from from Mukova. And Mukova's there to finish at the net with the forehand, and she's going to have another break point. It's 30-40. And we don't want to see 7 consecutive games won by Mukova. 7 consecutive games games lost by Eala. Let's see if Alex can save this break point. Oh, great serve. Oh, it went long. It was a 99 miles an hour serve down the tee there, but it went long. Second serve now for Alex on this ad side. It does land in, but Mukova is there to return well. Oh dear, but the forehand into the net, that's an unforced error into the net by Alex Eala, and that is the first game of this set going to Mukova. It's a break of serve, and it's 7 consecutive games won by the Czech player. Well, this is obviously disappointing. I mean, Mukova, she was relaxing, looking very relaxed. And there was just a statistic there that Karolina Muchova, in 11 matches this season where she's won the first set, she's won all those matches. So Alex Eala is going to have to do something that's not been done before. But that serve was returned well, and then eventually the ball from Mukova going long. So Alex Eala has a point here on the Mukova serve. Love 15. So love 15 here. Mukova to serve. Nice serve down the middle, but there it is returned by Alex. What can she do? Oh, and eventually she has to race forward, but her little slice forehand goes long, and she was disappointed with that one. Just drifting long. It's 15 all. 15 all here. Oh, good serve down the tee from Mukova. Alex does get there, but it's just she's being rushed too much. The aggressive game style. It's just really a struggle for Alex to deal with this. She doesn't have quite, the pace or the power to, the power at the end of her range to sort of deal with that. Although she is, generally quite a good counter puncher, but Mukova just behind that great serve. It's very difficult when she follows up with the forehand, the aggression. Okay, a good serve though from Mukova, but it is returned, but it hits off the net, and then Mukova is there to finish with a backhand up the line. It's a backhand winner from Mukova. It's 40-15, and Alex Eala just looks distressed here. I mean, she was pulling her cap back, and so she can't believe this. I mean, how quickly this match is going in favor of her opponent. First serve down the middle from Mukova. It's returned well, but then she goes back in behind Eala and it drops inside. That's a lovely forehand winner. And Alex Eala just can't believe it. The quality coming off the racket here from Mukova. And yeah, this is not good, obviously. 8 games in a row won by Mukova. Can Alex get a game on the board now? Yeah, Alex is going to need to do something here on serve. First serve lands in. We're in a bit of an exchange now. Oh, but again, the backhand going long there from Alex Eala. And yeah, there just has been too many of those unforced errors. I mean, that wasn't a particularly difficult position she was in. She was trying to be aggressive, but she's just sending the ball long. And it's not really what you expect from her. I mean, in terms of, generally how she's performed this year. But, and this time it's the error, though, from Mukova going long. And a little fist bump there from Eala. So she's still keep trying to be positive. She's trying to be positive, Alex. And you like to see that, even when the scoreline is like this. It's just has to remember, it's only one break in this game. The first set's gone. First serve into the net. Second serve now for the Filipina at 15 all. It lands in. And a bit of an exchange now. But she's being rushed here, Alex, by Mukova. She's just the speed that she takes the ball, Mukova. She's just rushed, and then it gets Alex on the back foot to the point where she just has to scoop up that forehand, and then it allows the time for Mukova to sort of run around the backhand and hit a lovely inside-in forehand winner, and not much you can do about that. 15-30. First serve into the net. Second serve now for Alex. And she's just, she's out of ideas, but she's just got to try and keep plugging away. Second serve does land in. Forehand cross, backhand cross, and then a forehand up the line there from Alex, and that was really nicely done. Mukova gets a racket to her, but she cannot do anything with that. That was good aggression there with the forehand there from Alex, taking the ball early and this time delivering. No error. It's 30 all. Good serve down the tee from Alex, lands in. And eventually, after the deep forehand from Alex, A backhand from Mukova goes long, so she has a game point. It's 40-30. Oh, first serve does land in, but Mukova runs around the backhand and hits that forehand up the line really nicely. We've seen that a few times. That's a winner from Mukova. But it's deuce. 35 points to 12 total points so far in this match. 35 points to Mukova, 12 to Eala. It's not pretty reading. Second serve now at deuce from Eala. Out wide. Oh, but that was good there. The return came back, an aggressive backhand cross court from Eala. Well done by the Filipina. And that's it. She's got to try and perhaps maybe finish it off earlier than, or when she's got a chance to get on top, be aggressive, and obviously make sure you don't miss. It's easier said than done. But I think particularly against a player like Karolina Muchova. Oh dear. Trying to be aggressive once again, but just timing was off there. Sends that forehand long, and that's back to deuce. Oh, it's difficult for Alex even just to get a game on the board, and she's struggling on her own serve here, but it's deuce. So that first served out, and it's going to be a second serve. Oh, that was a good return there. Just dragging Eala out wide, and then she sends that backhand long. And that means it's advantage to Mukova. Yeah, things just aren't going her way today, Eala. First serve into the net. It's going to be a second serve. This is better here, but oh. And again, Mukova stepping round to hit that forehand with style. As soon as she's got a short ball in the middle, she steps round and hits that forehand, and that's a great winner. It's 3 games to love in this second set. This is obviously disappointing. Why don't we talk about some of the other matches that are going to be taking place? Obviously, we've got Mukova and Eala playing right now. It's 6-love, 3-love, but we've also got other matches coming. We've got Mira Andreeva against Victoria Mboko. Very exciting match between the youngsters. In terms of Tennis Asia interest, we've also got Sabalenka, the number 1 seed, take on the 23 seed, Zheng Qinwen. Of course, Zheng, a former top 4 player. She is had time out through injuries. She had about 6 months out, and she's come back recently looking different, looking with a strong serve. Chinese number 1 for the Olympic Paris Olympics gold medalist. Can she cause an upset against Sabalenka? The head-to-head is very much in favor of Sabalenka. I think Zheng's just got the 1 victory over Sabalenka. They've had some close matches, but it's going to be very difficult against Sabalenka. Also, there's Rybakina against one of the breakout stars of recent tournaments is Talia Gibson of Australia. But Elena Rybakina, of course, 3rd seed from Kazakhstan. She's been having a great year, having won that Australian Open. But a lot of good matches here on the women's side. Jacqueline Christian against Jessica Pegula. Sorana Costea has been having a fantastic season. Another Romanian against Coco Gauff. Wouldn't be surprised if Kirstea gets the upset against Coco. Yeah, also men's matches on just now. Hugo Humbert up a set on Shevchenko. So let's have a look at the score back up for Mukova and Eala. It's really not looking good for the Filipina, but let's see if she's able to get back in here. No, that's a good serve out wide, and that the return goes long. It's love 15. Sorry, 15 love, I should say. $15 love. First serve now by Mukova. It is returned well by Alex. And that's it. Better aggression draws the error on the forehand side from Mukova. We haven't seen that too much. 15-all, but I mean, I do like that, you know, Eala's at least trying to stay positive here. I mean, she's trying her best here. And you know, it might be not enough, but, you know, you can't fault Eala for attitude. I mean, she's pretty much, you know, you expect her to give her all and keep fighting for every point. Very much that Rafa Nadal attitude. Oh, just good play, though, there from Mukova. She's so comfortable, obviously, with that forehand. Even stepping back, she's able to just generate good pace, depth, angles. Yeah, and when she runs around that forehand, just back in behind Eala, and she's just totally wrong-footed. Not much that Alex can do there. Yeah, I mean that again, it's just so difficult to deal with. I mean, Alex did her best to try and get a return back there, and she did get it back, but then Mukova was just there to hit the winner back in behind her, and it's 40-15. And you're really just hoping that it's not going to be a double bagel. It's never comfortable to see that at any level. Oh dear, yeah, the forehand into the net though from Alex Eala, and it's a 4-love lead to Karolina Muchova. Well, I thought this would be more competitive, and I thought, you know, I did think that Mukova was going to win, probably in 3 sets, or I mean, it could have been in 2. I said that, but I felt it was at least going to be competitive, but it hasn't been competitive at all. Let's be honest. But now Alex is serving here with a 4-love lead for Karolina Muchova, and there's a bit of a cheer of encouragement there from the Filipino fans. That first serve does land in. Alex staying aggressive here. Oh, lovely backhand cross-court winner there from Alex Eala. Beautiful connection there. And there was a bit of anger, I think, in that shot, but anger and determination, but frustration, perhaps. But that was a nice winner there from Alex Eala. And she lets out a scream of come on and a bit of a fist pump. Okay. Oh, that was a great lob there from Alex Eala. And oh no, she did all the hard work. She came racing towards the net and then hit the backhand into the net somehow when the ball was in the air pretty high. And that's just unfortunate. And she can't believe that she's done that. But she's going to have to forget about that and move on. I mean, she done so well defending, so with her defense in that point. I think there was a... Yeah. Anyway, 15-all. She's got to try and forget about that. 15-all. Still on serve here. Oh, serve wide from Alex Eala. Second serve now from the Filipina at 15-all. Love 4. Lands in. Well, that was good work by Mukova, but then the backhand, she's trying to be aggressive, going back in behind Eala, and it goes long, and Alex lets out a big scream. Obviously happy to win that point, but frustration as well in that scream. So 30-15 though. Oh, goes long. Second serve now for Eala. It lands in, but it's returned well by Mukova. What's she going to do? Oh, she tries to go big up the line there. Fails to, as it clips the net. Alex is going to finish this off, and she does. Another winner for the Alex Eala, and she fist pumps again, and the crowd does cheer. It's 40-15. Yes, and that's finally something to cheer about. Let's see if she can actually, she's got 2 game points here. She can actually get a game on the board if she wins one of these next 2 points. So well, that's the defensive lob this time, and Alex lets out a big scream of yes. She gets a game on the board. There's no double bagel at least, and it's 4-1 in the second set. But you have to admire the determination, she doesn't want to give up now. She has to keep going. And that's exactly what she's doing. And yeah, she's rewarded with that game. Sits down to, I think, get some electrolyte gel. But I mean, yeah, some good defensive work there. Good, smart, defensive lobs there as well from Alex, and it paid dividends. Yeah, that was good work there from her. And yeah, big relief there. She screams in delight. I mean, I think as much as frustration, but I think also, she, as much as anything, she knows she's very much aware of the support she gets, Alex, and she wants to deliver for, the fans that are out there to see her. And she's, for Filipino tennis fans, Alex is basically all they have. I mean, this is, no one has ever been close to being this good, and she's number 29 in the world. She'll drop a little bit if she loses this, but then we head into clay season where she doesn't have many points to defend, so all to play for there. And she's an intelligent player that's obviously learned a lot over the last year. There will be other tournaments she's going to make up the points, I'm sure. So yeah, well, she's got a game on the board anyway. Chance now to get back into this. So Mukova now to serve at 4-1. Serve lands in, but oh, it's lobbed back by Eala, and Mukova left it again, and it lands on the baseline. She can't believe it. These defensive lobs from Alex Eala has been doing work for her in this set. So, love 15. So, love 15. First serve now for Mukova. Good return, though, from Alex. And you can just feel a bit of a spring in her step now. Good backhand into the corner, and that draws the error from Mukova. It's love 30 now. Is there a way back for Alex Eala in this match? This is much better now. You have to, I mean, Alex is finding her way back into it. So, I mean, I've seen it before in, she's fought back in matches. She's had some great matches. I mean, that one against Sasnovich, she fought back from, what looked like she was surely going to lose, but good serve there. But it was a good return, but eventually the forehand into the net. 15-30. But let's see, 15:30 here, perhaps a chance to bring out some break points. Ooh. Serve hits off the tape and goes long, so it's going to be a second serve. Alex is going to be waiting. She steps inside the baseline. What is Karolina going to do here? She goes down the middle. It's returned by Alex. Oh, it's good play here. Oh, just too good, though. I mean, that backhand at the end there from Alex, though, was just too much into the hitting zone of that forehand, and it was easy shot up the line in the end, that winner there from Mukova. But that was just, she was just waiting for that one. Takes it nice and early on the rise, and yeah, 30 all. 30 all. Yeah, Alex has got to, she's got to work really hard just to try and win a point here, but oh, good serve lands in though, and the return into the net, so it's 40-30. Serve long though, it's going to be a second serve. Second serve now for Karolina. Perhaps Eala can get it to juice here. Oh, she checks her ball toss, so she's going to take it again. Alex Eala sitting just inside the baseline. Good second serve, though. That was a good second serve at wide, and the return goes into the net. Well done by the Czech player, and she's one game away from the match. It is 5-1, the lead to Karolina Muchova. And that means Alex Eala has to win this game. Otherwise, she's going, going home or wherever she's going next. But I mean, perhaps she's going home. Perhaps she's going to go back to go on to Europe. First serve from Alex Eala into the net. Second serve now for the Filipina. Returned well. Good work, though, from Alex. She's just having to work so hard, but yeah, I mean, eventually that forehand up the line going wide, and just good work from Mukova. She was throwing in the slice backhands there, and Mukova's just looking so comfortable, isn't she? And well, when the scoreline's like that, and she's been playing as well, she has been, you can't really, it's not really surprising. First serve into the net, though. Second serve now for Eala. Oh, and again, another defensive lob that Mukova is just unable to deal with. She wasn't sure if she was going to smash it. She's hitting the drive volley, and then she hits it long, though, in the end with that drive volley. And yeah, 15 all. Just struggling with these defensive lobs from Alex. I mean, you can't really say, well, you have to hit more of those shots, but she's hit a few of them, and they have caused troubles, though. Oh, that's better play, though, from Alex. And a really nice play going back in behind there, deciding to go back into that corner. She had to be really accurate, but she's being aggressive, adding an injection of pace, and that draws the air from Mukova. And that's just how good it has to be for Alex to win a point. But she does, and it's 30-15. Can she get another game on the board here? Okay, serve now from Alex. Lands in. And the return goes long. It's a decent serve with a bit of swerve out wide there from the ad side. And it's 40-15 now, 2 game points. At least she'll try and, let Mukova serve out the match, and, maybe try and create a little bit of pressure there. She it's never easy, no matter the scoreline, to get it done. You start to feel the nerves, I think, even when you're an experienced player at that finishing line. So let's see what happens. Second serve is returned well from Mukova, but and eventually her forehand just going long, and we haven't seen that so much. I mean, earlier in the match, you would have been expecting Mukova to finish off that, and that's what made it so tough for Alex. But Alex gets another game on the board. Yeah, and you have to give some credit to Alex, for how she fought hard and sort of raised her level a bit, in terms of, she's been more aggressive and making more balls and just fighting hard, obviously having to hit some defensive shots as well. So a lot of high lobs, which worked well for her, drew errors from Mukova. So hitting those high balls up, I think is maybe difficult with the sun as well in the air. That was maybe partly why Mukova was making those errors. But you credit to the Filipina at least for digging in and fighting hard after, obviously difficult start going down the bagel. And it's 5-2 here. Mukova serving for the match, but with Alex's return game, let's see if she's able to create a bit of pressure. I mean, if she can get the first point in the game, let's see. Of course, it's not going to be easy. We can see Mukova's serving is top tier, and if she first serve, if she hits it in, she's if it's returned even, she's going to follow up more likely than not with a big forehand, and she loves to run around and hit that forehand. But here, time has been called, and the players walk out to take their positions as Mukova will now serve for the match and a place in the last 8 in the Miami Open. Of course, I believe that if I remember, like was it the last 16 match last year that Alex didn't play because she got the walkover? And she won the quarterfinal and of course went to that semi-final where she played against Jessica Pegula, who's been playing again well this year. Second serve now though for Mukova. Decent return. But the return was back into the feet of Mukova, but she's able to adjust her position and hit that forehand, forehand winner out the other side, and that's really nice play. She's just able to take the ball so nicely and early there, and she's just so skillful, Mukova. She makes it look easy. It's not easy. Good first serve though, and that return goes into the tram lines, and it's 30-love. So Mukova 30-love here will now serve. But that's into the net, and it bounces back in her side of the court. So it's going to be a second serve, maybe a chance for Alex to step in, be aggressive here. She does get it. But she tries to go for the winner, but the backhand just dragged wide into the tram line. So it's now 3 match points for the Czech player. It's 40-love. Serve though into the net. It's going to be a second serve on match point here for Mukova. Down the tee, returned okay. It was somewhat of a miss hit backhand there from Eala, the return, and Mukova had an open court there to aim for, but she hits her forehand into the net. And so 1 point back, it's 40-15 to Mukova. It's a bit windy there as well. Don't know if that put her off, but first serve lands in. Good return from Alex. And it draws an error. Again, a backhand into the net this time. It was a decent aggressive return, though. And yeah, Mukova a bit less able to take those balls early off the backhand, but I mean, she still has another match point. Match point number 3 here at 40-30. Serve out wide. It does come back. Defensive lob there from Alex, but surely Mukova's going to finish it off, and she does smash it back into the court, and she wins the match. That is a 6-love, 6-2 victory for Karolina Muchova. Alex Eala looks emotional, disappointed, but you have to say well-deserved victory for the Czech player. Disappointment as Alex Eala's Miami Open run comes to the end. Comes to an end. It's in this round of 16, but Karolina Muchova waves to the crowd, and the crowd appreciate her, give her a cheer, give her a round of applause, and just cruising through Mukova, you have to say. And you know, she was serving really well. And it was just making it very difficult from the get-go to rushing her. And Alex Eala, she waves to the crowd. She appreciates the crowd. They appreciate her. Obviously, Alex, it's not easy for her. She's very disappointed, but just an hour on the clock there, actually, as the match finishes. It didn't last very long as Mukova comes out to do her on-court interview. But I mean, disappointment, yeah, of course, for Alex Eala as she loses this match. Her run comes to an end, and you know, we always knew it was going to be difficult for her to back up that run from last year. Yes, so this is actually the first time that Karolina Muchova has made it through to the last 8 at the Miami Open. I mean, actually, before this year, she's never been past the 3rd round. And Alex Eala currently, by the way, in their live ranking at number 45. Obviously, she's currently in the WTA ranking. She's number 29 in the world. But now, having lost those points, obviously, from Miami last year, she has dropped down to about 45 in the rankings there. Here. Obviously, her career high was 29, which she's currently at. But I mean, you can see her there just above Peyton Stearns. Obviously, it depends on other results. Maybe that could shift a little bit, but that's the way it looks like now. You can see up here, up 40, Janice Chen. But you should see the number of points there between 40 and here. I mean, it's only 60 points there. Obviously, that's not much. And, with Alex, she's going to go into clay season, not having much to defend and much to learn there. And I think, opportunities to do better there on that surface. So we'll see. And then, of course, we head into grass season for Alex. We're going to have Wimbledon, of course. I mean, I think grass is a surface, actually, that suits Alex a bit better. She obviously got to the final in Eastbourne last year. I definitely think opportunity to get some wins there, perhaps even in Wimbledon. So a lot to look forward to, obviously, as this Sunshine Double ends. But it's been a great year for Alex, I think, overall so far. And, she's obviously going to be trying to aim, I think, this year. What else is she going to be looking for? To try and obviously win a first WTA title. She's not won. As close as she came, very close in that final in Eastbourne against Maya Joint. She was so close in that final tiebreak, but coming through as well as a qualifier. But this Miami run comes to an end in this 4th round. But I think she's going to keep her head held high as she moves on to the next tournament she will play. And where is that next tournament? What is the next tournament Alex Eala is going to play? I believe it's this tournament here in Linz. So she will be playing this tournament in Linz. You can see the entry list here. That's going to be the week starting April 5th. Clay court tournament in Linz. It's a WTA 500 event. Alexandra Eala is in their list alongside Alexandrova, Clara Towson, Samsonova, Raducanu, Navarro, Ostapenko, Jacqueline Christian, Sarana Kirstea, Sarah Balick. Tough lineup there, but that's what it's all about. Overall, you can see some of the stats here. Alex Eala did better definitely in the second set, but overall 20 winners to 11 unforced errors for Mukova. Good ratio, but 7 winners to 13 unforced errors from Alex Eala, losing in only 1 hour. But that's the way it's been. Thank you everyone for joining me for this stream. I'm sure it wasn't the result many of you wanted. But here at Tennis Asia, we'll be looking out for some of the results in some of the other matches, in particular those featuring Zhang Qinwen. She takes on Sabalenka once again. Can she cause an upset? We never know. Certainly she has the game to do it. But in this form, Sabalenka has, obviously the matches under her belt. Zhang's just coming recently from her injury, but she's working her way back, and then let's see if she's able to get a result. But until then, thank you for joining me, and I'll hopefully see you soon. I'll be doing more live streams in the future for other events. In the meantime, thank you, and I'll see you soon. Match point, but this time on the Paolini serve. But this has been such an exciting last half of this set. Oh, serve out wide from Jasmine, but it was returned well by Alex, and we're in a bit of an but it's still 6-5 to Alex Eala, and she'll still have a 5th match point, but this time on the Paolini serve. But this has been such an exciting last half of this set. Oh, serve out wide from Jasmine, but it was returned well by Alex, and we're in a bit of an exchange here, cross-court exchange. Oh, deep ball there from Jasmine. Oh, this is a long exchange. Oh, and that's a forehand winner for Alex Eala. Oh, what a forehand winner there. And she looks delighted. Huge roar from the crowd. What a winner from Alex. And that's a tremendous performance from the Filipina. It looked like Jasmine was going to fight back as she had a set point. Alex hung in there and she put on a tremendous play in the end to win it. And yeah, she's absolutely loving that. 6-1, 7-6, 7-5 in the tiebreak. Well done by the Filipina. And yeah, Jasmine quickly going off the score. But yeah, the crowd going wild there. And you have to say, Alex proved me wrong. I thought it might be a tight 3-set win for Jasmine. In the end, and you have to say, very, very well done. Very great. From the beginning, it was a very well executed performance by Alex Eala in terms of her tactically. It wasn't easy to do that against Paolini. but she also started off serving really well. Great aggression, and I thought smart play as well in the rallies, and just look at that. Listen to the crowd. It's insane. The support there is just insane. They're screaming, Alex, Alex. So many people there. Alex sweating. You can see the sweat running off her. And you have to say, Jasmine did, she showed why she's a top player, the way she fought back there. She brought out some of her best tennis when she was really backs against the wall. She saved 3 match points on her own serve. And then, of course, Alex naturally felt the pressure there, but eventually was able to take it to a tiebreak. And you have to say, done really well in the end. She's now being interviewed, Alex. And they're talking about a 5-3 when she had a couple of match points and what was going through her head. Yeah, she was saying at the change event, she had to think to herself, the stadium is full of Filipinos. And of course, they go wild when she says that. And she's speaking in Tagalog to them. I don't know what she's saying, but they're loving it. But, I mean, great performance, you have to say, from Alex Eala. And she gets an opportunity now. Noskova was knocked out. Sorana Cirstea is the player that she will face in the next round. I mean, Sorana Cirstea is having a great year, so it's not going to be easy. And she's quite a strong player, strong ground strokes. But that's a huge win for Alex Eala, and fantastic to see it. And it's fantastic to see such great support. Alex Eala, 24 winners to 27 unforced errors. That's a good ratio. 19 winners to 33 unforced errors for Jasmine Paolini. Yeah, and Alex just doing much better in serve in terms of service points. Overall total points won 72 to 58 in favor of Alex. So yeah, definitely a deserved win in the end. And you have to say, great grit and mental fortitude as well shown by Alex. And yeah, thanks for watching this. And yeah, I hopefully see you soon.